Hello, this is wmpyr here to show you guys an epic unboxing from Professor Bram Frank. Here's the package it came in, and it was filled with this right here, knife boxes, and as you can see, signed by the professor himself. And in a recent post on Instagram, he said something like, he wanted to put the money into the knives rather than the packaging. Makes sense to me. Remember, guys, this is not a huge corporation. But anyway, I purchased basically two items from him, from his website, commonsense-self-defense-streetcombat.com. And I'll post the link below. And he was nice enough to make it into a care package and sent me a bunch of bonus stuff. So we'll get into that. But first, let me show you what I purchased right here. This is the Desangat model, which is the Filipino martial arts karambit. And of course, had to go with a karambit, right? And yeah, you can see it has this notch right here, which he said was a game changer. Can't wait to try it out. And when I mess around and get to know this knife more, I will be posting videos for sure, okay? And there's of course, the ramp, the trademark Bramp. And we got the curved blade. Oh man, I really like that curved blade. The blade shape, really, really cool. And you know, for me, a karambit, it's my preference. I like the blade on the shorter side. Ah, that's so awesome. And then right here has that pistol grip. Excellent for pretty much all his LLC knives. Lapu corto knives have this pistol grip. And, you know, I've heard people say stuff that, like with a karambit, you can't really stab well. Dude, I'm pretty sure I haven't, you know, like I said, I have not messed around with this knife, but pretty sure it's not going to have any trouble stabbing. Of course, I'm sure it's going to be excellent slasher, just like, you know, pretty much all karambits are, but bitch, yes, no problem stabbing. And, you know, this time around, I went with the Digi Camo. You really can't go wrong with the black handle scales, but I've done that before. I've had his knives in the past that were black, so this time I wanted to try something different and went with the Digi Camo. And man, it looks nice. I'm really glad that I went with it. You know, in the light, in some angles, it kind of looks opaque. I really like that. Very, very cool. I like the finger grooves there, and of course it has the jimping, so it like grips you back, has jimping. You can see the liners right there. Excellent, excellent. And all right, so this next one was the professor's suggestion, and you know, I wanted to get another knife, but he's right, and it was the trainer drone. The trainer drone, always in red, and you know, this is where you're going to be taking a beating on this guy rather than on the knife, which, you know, if you ever need to use it for a real life situation, you want it in good condition. This is the one where you put in all the practice and really beat on it, essentially. So looking forward to that, and that's why he made the handle exactly the same. So this one is specifically for the Desangat model, and then the blade shape, he made it super safe, that you could practice all the slashing, the cutting, and the stabbing, and be safe with it. But it still gives you feedback because it is the metal. Not to say that the rubber ones are wrong. I'm just saying that, you know, this will give you actual like feedback there compared to someone that's training knife that's a lot softer. So yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Okay, so those are the two that I purchased. So the next is the stuff that he threw in. Yeah, so major big thanks to the professor. We're going to start with a bang right here. This is the Copesh. Wow. Also in Digi Camo, which I'm really digging. This is my first time with the Digi Camo thing. Really like it for sure. And you know what? With the Copesh, this part that's sticking out right there, some of his knives, the LLC models, they completely hide. The blade hides inside the handle. This one you can see that part sticking out. I like that. For some reason, I like the way that feels. You know, just so when I'm using it closed and stuff, I like pushing down on it for some reason. So also the spear point one was also like that. But here we go. Boom. And yeah. Oh man, that's nice. And I asked the professor, I was like, "What is this part right there? That notch? Is it a gut hook?" Because I didn't know, looking at the photos and stuff. And he said no. And I looked up the Copesh sword, and because he said no, it's based off of the historical ancient Egypt Copesh sword. And yeah, sure enough, it has that kind of design on there. And you know, the professor is super into this like historical swords, weapons, armory, all that kind of stuff, knights in armor type stuff. And the Egyptian sword is definitely a big part of our history. And if you see the reality TV shows on Netflix, what is it? The Forged in Fire, the one with Doug Marcaida, also the one with Goldberg. Both of those shows I've been watching. You know, occasionally. And I think both shows have featured a Copesh. And if I'm not mistaken, both times the Copesh has killed it in the competition. Has done extremely well. It is just a awesome, awesome sword. And now that's translated into a knife because of, you know, the professor is just loves this kind of stuff. So that is so cool that he did that. And yeah, once again, I can't wait to play around with it more and then give you guys a little bit more detail on my input. So the next is this. The blue model is the close range medium impact tool. The red, like I said, is always going to be the trainer. The blue handle is going to be the close range medium impact tool. Boom. So therefore, it does not cut, but it has teeth. So you guys can see. So for gripping, so it is a working tool, meaning it's designed for police, any place where you cannot have a blade, but you still want a self-defense item, then this is your answer right here. And all the time that you put in with either firearms training and knife training, it's not going to go to waste because this thing is shaped like both of those. It can act like a knife, but it's not a knife, and it won't cut, so it's legal. But at the same time, it gives you that knife kind of feel, and it also has that firearm ergonomics for the grip right there. And this part right here, the seatbelt cutter, I know this works really well. The glass breaker as well. Not that I've tested it on breaking glass, but it works really well as far as like digging in, and like someone grabs you, you can immediately just dig that into the bone area and lock. For locking, you can see it has jimping going on, really good jimping on there, really, really deep jimping. And yeah, so this is, you know, a working tool. Very, very interesting. I mean, there's really nothing else like it out there for this kind of self-defense impact tools. There's all kinds of palm sticks and stuff. But yeah, this is a very unique design and idea. Kind of definitely in a class of its own. Now this one is the next one, is the Magnum version. Okay, so let me show you guys the size comparison right here. Yeah. And maybe, you know, for me, it looks pretty big right here. You see a difference. However, when you have this, like I'm holding it right now, and I feel a big difference. So I don't think the photos really do it justice here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so exact same thing, just much larger, a giant. This is a beast. This is a beast, folks. Wow. And another thing I want to say is a lot of Professor Bram Frank's knives, they're on the thin side. You know, so with this, I really feel that it's thin. If you want to and remove the pocket clip, or you're holding another weapon, like a firearm, place it right here. I feel like because it's thin, it's going to be, you can do it. It's very doable, right? But this one, man, wow. I really feel the girth. And boom, look at that. And I do like the seatbelt cutter because it gives you extra real estate for grabbing right here. It just, you feel like you got a lot more to grab. You could go lower and you could expose the ramp even more for that hammer strike. So next, this is the last one right here, the last bonus. Man, he threw in so much. It's this. This is also a Magnum, and this is the Katana. Look at that. Oh, man. So it has all the features on the handle, you know, the weighted pommel for striking. Boom. And you see the lanyard hole is very generous, extra generous. That's why he made it into that oval loop. Has a spoon clip with the indexing points for grip change. So then it has the jimping for, you know, gripping, and the thin, you know, handle for easy just management. So it's on the thinner side, but it still has this pistol ergonomics with the grip, so that, you know, it really grips back onto your fingers, so that, you know, you can't just be easily dropped or taken away. You really feel it. And look at that shape, the Katana blade shape. Sweet. This is a mini sword in the hand, and of course the ramp, the multi-purpose ramp that could use it for a lot of different things. But yeah, so amazing. Wow. And oh yeah, once again, let me show you. So this is the Magnum, and this is the standard size. And yeah, even the thickness, if you guys can see. Yeah, I feel like the video and the photos, they really don't do the Magnum justice. And so I like both, really. And honestly, out of all this stuff, it would be very, very difficult for me to choose. You know, if I could only pick one, it'd be very difficult. I like them all, and I mean, they're all so unique and good in their own way. I mean, the Copesh design is just, this is sweet. And yeah, really liking the Digi Camo, of course. Black, very, very cool. God, look at that. And then, like I said, the crimped is really in a league of its own. Seriously, folks, when it comes to self-defense, you know, this, if you use a blade on someone, you know, that could really get you in hot water. So all of his knives can be used, except for the fixed blades, but all of his folding knives can be used closed, and is designed for that. So, you know, that is the whole idea, you know, to make sure that you don't turn into a murderer. So this is self-defense, designed by a self-defense martial arts expert. Here we go. So anyway, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will be back with you know, each one of these knives. So that's it for now. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.